Howdy! Continuing the 25th anniversary subline for Universe, we have Cyclonus with Nightstick. Wonder if they'll remold and re-release Classics Hot Rod with Firebolt. Cyclonus is, once again, a Cybertronian jet, and it looks really sweet, let me tell you. The general style, proportions and details are all just so cool. Even better, the nose cone is actually pointed, unlike the original toy which had a horrid flat nose. It retracts easily for safety purposes though. While the Henkei version is in a more cartoon accurate lavender, the deep purple on... I meant the colour! The deep shade of purple on this one just makes him look all the more evil. There is plenty of red and violetish white to break it up though. A nice feature is that he has retractable landing gear. It supports him well, but it's really hard to get the rear wheels out sometimes. Plus, the actual wheels themselves don't roll, they're just molded there. There's a hole on top that allows you to attach Nightstick as a pistol. I think the original Target Master toy did this as well. It certainly saves worries about losing Nightstick, that's for sure. As a jet, I only have two problems with him. The first is that there are some gaps in the rear section that hurt the appearance. Also, stability of the rear section could be better. Maybe a couple more pegs instead of relying on stiff transformation joints. But he still looks much better than the original toy in this form. Cyclonus' transformation, like Hound's, has some nifty bits to it. The back end doesn't extend to form the legs, rather it's split in half horizontally. And you fold each half back and snap them together. Everything else folds well out of the way. The robot mode is, to put it simply, fantastic. Like Universe Silverbolt, he strongly resembles his TV counterpart, but lacks the big flaw of having a jet stuck to his back. With details such as the hexagonal kneecaps, to the wings behind his shoulders, to the Petra rabbit-eared head sculpt, he's easily recognizable as Cyclonus. Everything in this mode is much more solid. The shoulders could connect a little better, but that's probably just my copy. He actually stands taller than his own master, Galvatron. A shame really, to be constantly beaten by someone smaller than you. Articulation is great. He can move at a lot of points, except for the waist, which is really the only problem I have with this mode. Though, I'm puzzled as to why only one hand has an open fist. As a gun, Nightstick can either be held in the fist, or he can replace the fist when you fold it out of the way. I've heard this was how the Target Masters worked in the Japanese Headmasters series. Now let's look at Nightstick. He has a fairly convincing gun mode. Triple barrels obviously packing lots of firepower, though as a toy he actually doesn't fire anything. The arms hang out at the sides though, and from the top you can see his head. Transforming him is pretty easy, as you'd expect, and the resulting robot mode is actually quite good for its size. The dark purple fits with Cyclonus' colour scheme fairly well, and there's even some tiny detail on his face. For articulation, he can move each arm individually on the shoulders, and each leg at the hips. And going back to the arms, he even has elbow movement. Very nice indeed, and a nifty accessory in general. Overall, for a deluxe set, you get a lot for your money. Aside from a few problems, I'm calling this one the best out of the first wave of 25th anniversary figures. For my next review, I'm looking at Universe Cheetor. Until then, till all are one.